Every few months, someone floats the idea of a fair tax, a flat tax, a tax that is on everyone and at a certain percentage. This time, this is Buddy Carter, representative from Georgia, and what he's proposed is essentially a sales tax. They get really clever about naming these. He calls it a fair tax. It's a consumption tax, so on things that you buy. It isn't based on income, and as a result of this tax, he would remove a lot of those income taxes. There are really two big appeals to a fair tax such as this one. Number one, it's simple, so it would make that your tax return process would be a lot easier. You wouldn't have to file a lot of different things if there were no income tax. The second benefit is that people that are here illegally, who may not be paying income taxes, well, they would be paying a consumption tax because they would have to be buying things. This all sounds really good, right? I love not having to pay income taxes. It would be much easier if I just didn't have to deal with it, right? And also, if people are here illegally and not paying taxes on their income, I would like them to pay. Here's the kicker. When it comes to income taxes, it's people that have higher incomes that pay a greater share of that income tax. When the IRS looked at tax returns in 2021, they saw that the top 10% paid for 76% of all income taxes paid. If you made less than $46,637, you only paid 2.3% of the income taxes paid. Flat taxes and consumption taxes like this are regressive. That means that people that have lower incomes tend to pay a greater share. You could argue that if the top 10% are paying 76% of the income tax, maybe that's high. Maybe it's a little too progressive, and we should slide it back to be a little less so. But that's not what's happening here. This is a straight consumption tax that would hit lower income people much harder than it would everyone else. I think this plan, the way it's being floated, which is a simpler tax system, which a lot of people can get behind, and then also pointing out the boogeyman of taxing undocumented immigrants more heavily, I don't know about that. Here's the thing, undocumented immigrants, they also pay taxes. They paid $97 billion in 2022. It's estimated that each undocumented immigrant in total, federal, state, and local taxes paid $8,889 in taxes in 2022. So while the idea of implementing a fair tax or a consumption tax in order to get income from undocumented immigrants sounds appealing, it's already happening. What do you think about implementing a fair tax or a consumption tax or anything in which the tax rates would be a little more regressive than they are today?